Hey, good morning, guys. Coming to you with an update here at the Old Barn Homestead. And I couldn't think of any good clickbait ideas for today, so we'll just go with a standard topic on this one and at least make some of you happy. The one thing that comes to mind is just, we're kind of wide open now. We got lots of stuff going on. We got something to make on the plasma cutter every day. We've just got commissioned to build a really, really cool table that I'm pretty excited about, and I'm gonna need some help on that. So got some questions, and I'll ask those in a little bit. The first thing I was going to mention is, I wanted to use Fusion 360 to do all of the CAD work for pretty much anything, on this table, so that when we get other CNC machines, lathe, mill, we'll be using Fusion 360. But in reality, I don't think Fusion 360 just is going to work extremely well for the plasma cutter. I mean, if I'm designing my own part, yes, I can whip it out in Fusion 360 pretty quickly and easily. I like it for that, but it really doesn't work well, at least from what I've seen, to take existing artwork, in various formats. Some of it has vector information, some doesn't, just like a JPEG file, and get that converted over into a vector graphic. Fusion 360 just is not the tool for that. Been using Inkscape and a couple of others and just trying to learn those. And it's going pretty well, because a lot of the things you get, even if it is vector based, it'll have a lot of nodes and segments in it. And this I'm cutting out for a guy in Culver City, California. It's the Marine Corps logo, 38 inches in diameter. He's getting this and a flag sort of layered and incorporated and sort of woven together. So I'm kind of working on, that. And it got this far along and stopped. Now I'm kind of glad it did, because I need to work on the artwork. It was just taking forever because of all the segmented lines in this. And this was already, set up for it. This was sort of a cut ready DXF file, but it really wasn't. It was not cutting well at all. I mean, it was cutting good, leaving a good finish, but on this hole, it would come and cut right there and then stop, and then, readjust the torch height, and then pierce and cut a little bit more, stop, readjust. It was taking like three segments to cut out one little piece instead of just running all around it. Same thing here. You can see that pierce, and then it would go for a couple of segments and then pierce. It was just a mess. But the software and the table were running great. Really, the main issue I'm having right now is I'm getting these random 030 error messages on the plasma cutter, and the plasma cutter torch will just go out. And it, again, the 030, from everything I can see out there, has something to do with what's going on here. And I think, sometimes when it's piercing over the same area, it's, messing up the consumable. So it's really more of an artwork thing and the size of it. Someone told me to try, and I had conflicting information. Tom Zuckman said, no, don't try this. But if you see the plasma cutter has this setting here, which is meant for like expanded metal, so that it will run over expanded metal. I think it still cuts the same. It just isn't what it's looking for, and what it's sensing back through the torch. It'll be less sensitive to it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys have. If anybody out there, the ones of you that have had tables, and if you've gotten that 030 message, the people that I got the table from said, yeah, it's 030s, man. They're just random, and you'll get them from time to time. They're a pain in the ass. It's really, so anyway, I'm going to clean up this artwork and try it again on the open section I have here. And the other thing I'm having problems with is the run from here command. I can't get it to work. I just, in Mach 3, I don't know if you guys have gotten that, but pretty much when it gets this point in the build or in the cut on something and stops, I can't pick back up on it, which is terrible, because you just wasted this sheet or half a sheet and really just the time. You know, it's already been cutting on that for an hour and a half. The sheet's not that expensive. This is 16 gauge, and I think it was $44. So it's $22 worth of steel. Yes, not ideal, but not the worst thing in the world. And you know, I'm still learning this stuff too, and I don't think it's reasonable to get, you know, something I've never done before, never really worked anywhere where they had one, never had anybody show me anything on it, and then all of a sudden get it in here and I'm an expert at running it, you know. So it's, I mean, I'm paying for some education in the form of wasting time and some sheet metal. Working on this one over here, those of you that follow me on Facebook saw a version of this that I cut out for a guy, and already got that sent out. Actually, he's a local guy. He came and picked it up. But this is a, you know, a hunting scene, deer scene. It's got a couple different deer in it and a turkey there. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. And I'm working on something. I cut out a smaller version. The 8-foot one he's already picked up and is going to do his own, you know, mount and surround for it. So working on this one to try to do something pretty cool on it, and it's going to be just painted matte black, the whole thing, and then it's going to have these little inserts in here all around it, and you could hang it on the wall. I just mocked it up and hung it on the wall inside the living area, and man, it's pretty cool, and a good time of year for stuff like that. That's cut extremely well. That was, the guy paid $49 for the artwork from some site, and it was very professionally done. It didn't have all the, you know, little segments and stuff. It was really did a good job of cutting. Flags, yeah, we're still getting orders in for those. You see we got a couple sitting right there that are prepped and ready to go. Got a couple more I just sent out to yesterday. One to Arizona, and I can't remember where the other one went to. And then, by the way, thanks to Adam Bischoff from the Four Fields Furniture, formerly the Frostbite Garage up in Minnesota. He wanted his logo cut out, and we did that in some 11 gauge and sent those out to him yesterday. So, you know, I've had several guys from YouTube, you know, that I've met through YouTube that watch the videos, reach out to me, and I've either already done something for them or got things in the works, you know, that I'm working on. So anyway, you know, you can see the one reason I was slow to, you know, tell the world, hey, I'm open for business and start asking for business is, man, when you start getting real work in it, you know, staying organized and keeping things clean, it's really hard to keep up with it. It was nice to have the shop clean and organized, you know, when we weren't really working on much except for YouTube videos and doing little projects here for the shop. I was going to show this to you. You probably saw it a second ago. This is 2 magnets and a bar connecting them, and these are 1,600 pounds each. And we got that to lift the heavy plates off of the rack over there. And it works well. We've had to do some tweaking on it on the thinner sheets, like a 3/16. When you try to lift it, it starts, you know, bowing in certain places, and the bowing effort will cause the sheet to peel off the magnet. So we made a couple of outrigger extensions to grab the ends of it, and then that piece in the middle to keep it from, you know, sort of wanting to bow up in the middle when you pick it. So the outrigger extensions are also kind of a safety thing because we put a couple clamps on that. And it takes, you know, maybe 3 to 5 minutes to put it in place, clamp it, and get the magnets on and lift it with the gantry and get it over there. The thinner sheets, the 1/8 inch ones, you know, the 11 gauge are, once I pull the trailer up beside the table, I can get those pushed up on there pretty easily. And then I'll keep, you know, the heavier stuff up here if it's 1/4 inch or 3/16. I mean, if I do something custom, you know, that requires a thicker plate, 1/2 inch or whatever, depending on the size of the part, I'll just get it in flat bars. You know, you can get that stuff up to like 12 inch wide flat bars, and, you know, and it's a lot easier to manage. In fact, I have some 3/4 inch by 12 flat bars out in the barn. So anyway, got some progress going outside. I'm not going to go out there because it's been raining. Well, I'll step out. You can see it's backlit. I'll show you right here. Got these dug out, and the little we've got some manifolds coming from Mueller that are going to connect up and rivet on to the end of that. And then we'll get all this covered back up, and then this is going to capture. And we got a 6-inch Schedule 40 right here that the flex hose is running through under the drive there. You can see it peeking out right there. But so yeah, got that going. That'll be good, not to have to deal with all the water issues this winter. All right, guys, this is a long video. Wanted to just give you an update. I think I'll have a couple of videos coming out, maybe one today and maybe one over the weekend here on the other channel with some project stuff. But so I'm gonna make a separate video about this table I'm working on, and ask for some input on that. All right, thanks, guys.